Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's our first game here at CWL Miami playoffs. Midnight, Elevate 2-0 up. We head now to our control gridlock. And there's a very real chance Elevate send Midnight home in around about 30 minutes. Seems a bit of a waste of a trip, to be honest, just to play for 30 minutes and then go home.
Go home, get your confidence destroyed. Think you got to go back to the drawing board before champs. Like, a lot to be concerned. So worst case is getting 3-0'd. A very solid start, though, from the side of Midnight. Obviously, they get the 8 point in all but 30 seconds. They get that essentially for free. Elevate, they're just trying to hold B for the rest of the round. And Midnight, they got 4 men right now trying to go on the flank.
Yeah, as mentioned, Elevate, of course, need to defend B. The life count is just a 1. Nothing really to panic about. 26-25 as is. It's Frosty trying to make a play, and this to me, chance. Just to kind of briefly talk a little bit outside of the game here. This is where you need composure and confidence, right? You need those big time players who have been in the big time situations to step up and almost just take control of the game and lead, right? You look at your Parasites, for example, and you say, he's a player who's been in these situations before. You're a map away from being eliminated here at playoffs, and you almost need to forget about the first 2.
I mean, of course, on the flip side, you talk about players that have been in big situations. Lacefield has been in quite a few massive ones of his own, so it's a battle from both sides. But in the respawns, the expectation coming into the series was Midnight should have the edge, and right now they got 2 ticks on the B point. Elevate, they get another 5 seconds to fight through, and honestly, they don't have any openings. Midnight, good to go. First offensive win on Gridlock, and they did that as fast as they needed to. They can't afford to let any momentum slip.
No. Not at all. You're a map away from, as we said, going home. Start strong, finish strong. Now 3 maps in a row needed for Midnight to stay alive. Not even to get to playoff bracket just yet. We still have so much to play. And again, to reiterate, the winner of this will play the winner of the LG Units game. LG took map 1 in that, and I believe Units took game 2, so they're tied up at 1-1. Again, that a game which has upset written all over it, but for now it's time for Elevate to go onto the attacking side. Are they going to show maybe a trick over towards B? Nope, it's business as usual, straight over towards A.
Yeah, might as well just see if Midnight honestly even wants to fight for it. They got 3 players nearby, but they're very passive. Frosty, though, is able to find 2 kills, so maybe an opening to come and fight, and that's why you see Zapti is sliding out, wins the first gunfight. And Midnight, well, the benefit to them is they just want to be the life advantage team.
Yeah, and bear in mind, Zapti's just 125 in the streaks as he slid forward there. A little aggressive, it doesn't pay off. Elevate will find now a bit of a split push opportunity, pressure over towards B, and really that's the fights which matter most. Because A is definitely going to be capped. Can you get the first tick in B? Yes, you can. Contest comes through. M. Ruiz just has to buy at least a little bit of time. If you could find 1 kill, it would have been massive. Unable to do so. So with 2 minutes on the clock, all Elevate need now is 2 ticks.
You actually see Midnight, they're trying to play very aggressive over towards House, but Whalers was ready for the first guy. You see with the pre-aim, he's expecting more to be nearby, and well, Perfeezy maybe gets baited out just a little bit, goes hunting for kills, but he didn't check every single corner. And Whalers, doesn't matter if he's stunned, he's still able to find the kills on Zaptius, but you see the spot that Elevator in, they're going to need Whalers to get a few more of those.
22-20. Still a minute and a half left. Midnight 2 life advantage. Elevator trying to set up a push. Player mid. Leaves bought enough time for Ruiz to get a little closer. Looks for now as if they don't want to push straight through bottom mid. Instead, they're going to break through the front. 2 kills very, very quickly for Elevate. But whilst all this has gone on, Llama God has actually earned himself a lightning strike. So potential for him to drop that down here and maybe try and steal the round.
I like this call from Elevate, though. Unfortunate for Whalers, he's not able to find the guy in green bar, but he finds Frosty right behind him. Llama God does get the trade, and he's actually able to find 2, so Llama going pretty big for the team. But Elevate, they gave up the mid-map pressure to wrap back just to get to the point. Keep in mind, there's already 1 tick through on the B point. And Llama God, well, he feels the pressure, calls in the lightning strike just to buy his team a breath of fresh air.
And it's just time as well, right? Time for the players that fell to get back over towards the hill, set up the defensive reinforcements. 2 team kills. That's unbelievably sloppy there from Elevate. And well, that push will instantly be shut down. It's a 3 life advantage for Midnight with just over 60 seconds left. Midnight looking good here to take round number 2.
Those 2 team kills and then Mafeezy died. Didn't even take an enemy with him, so that is worst case scenario. Because even when the lightning strike came in, they killed a player inside of Sushi, and they were very close to getting a second tick through. But now you're down by 4 lives, and if anything for Whalers, honestly, just try to get the Tempest for the start of round 3.
Yeah, that'd be a best case scenario, it feels like, unless they're able to get a flurry of kills very, very quickly. And he could start here if Zaptius falls, but he doesn't. He stands true, gets a double, elevate down to their final 4 lives to 9v4. This round basically over. Zaptius, of course, has earned his grab slam. You expect to see that maybe invested next round for a shower push, or even over towards B later on in the round. We'll wait and see. For now, though, it's just a mere formality for this round to end. As finally the kills are picked up, Midnight 2-0 up.
This was big. It was the green car control that Midnight had. We saw Lamagod picking up streaks in the area, picking up some double kills with it. Zaptius does the exact same thing on the next push for Elevate.
Almost feels like the exact opposite of what we saw when these 2 teams played across division.
To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, again, for the control, it's a different map, and I think the gridlock actually went very similar to what we saw the first time around. It was just Whalers with the Vision Pulse when he's in top house, goes on a 4 or 5 streak, and then he just does the same thing again in shower. So outside of big plays, the gridlock went almost as expected, but the big plays were there on the side of Elevate. And again, it's a massive map 1 for them to get, because of course if Midnight wants to force the game 5, frequencies of map, Elevate are happy to play.
And this is such a smart break from Midnight. They send the grab slam over towards A. They say, hey, try and cap at least a couple of ticks. If you need to use grab, go for it. We'll send everyone else over towards B in a split push attempt. Now, did it necessarily work in terms of progression over towards B? No, not at all. Side of Elevate, they said, well, we know he has grab. We can concede A, try and play around it. And Zaptius did not use it. He held it, and he is still capping A. Now the pressure's coming in at B. Elevate, they need to defend that B hill. You have to send all your resources there and make sure that's not capped.
Well, Elevate have able to stabilize. You got Royalty playing a little bit aggressive on the flank. Meanwhile, Zaptius has just been hanging out on the A point this entire time. The life battle, though, Midnight, they have a noticeable lead, maybe not a major one, but Royalty putting on the pressure. And if he gets 18 control, this could be huge for the team.
Wait, that's what you want, right? Zaptius, the player with the grab slam, completely nullified, capping a hill completely by himself. Again, B defended. 2 minutes 15, so 1 life advantage. Now, though, the grab slam, it's going to come into play here.
One good break, all they need, and you got 2 players for Elevate that are just sitting in Midnight spawn, which means if Midnight starts to fall, they got to be worried about getting spawn killed and spawn trapped, and Frosty actually does exactly that. But now you got kills coming in on the back end, and if Elevate doesn't have enough pressure around the hill, Zaptius again can make the play, coming around back, but Whalers there with the ICR. The strong man for the team is the Frenchman, 15 and 10.
That's exactly what you just mentioned as well, the spawn trap. Parasite was like, spawn up, I'm dead. very quickly, not much you could do. And it's a high risk, high reward sort of setup here from Elevate. They spread the map massively. And all it takes is Midnight to get 1 good break, use the specialists, and this round is over. Elevate will get 3-0. Again, the attack from the back comes through. Whalers only able to find 1. It's important now for Lace to try and find 2, but he's trapped at the back of the map. His teammates elsewhere are all falling. And this is where it gets bad news, because look at number 7 on the minimap. It's Believe essentially useless as of right now. He's theoretically doing the right thing, but pressure's in the hill. Midnight's capping.
And he's still got that grab slam as well. Maybe looking for the front, maybe going a cheeky little flank, but Believe up top, even despite the nade, is able to get through, but now the grab slam is in. Whalers knows there's pressure, but can't hit Frosty with the Tempest. Yes, Lacefield gets the trade, but a second tick has nearly gone through, and now it's the War Machine that's coming out from Midnight. Royalty pouring it on, the second tick is there, and Ruiz, he's going for the contest, but doesn't even make a difference. It's a 9v5, make it 3, and the point is nearly capped. Midnight, they do not get 3-0 overall, and they get the hot 3-0 in the control.
Very fast game of control, and I think Elevate will watch that back and think, what the hell were we doing? Sounded great and looked great in theory, but it only takes 1 break, and you give up the backside of the map, you give up your own spawn, and it's always going to be bad news. You still Believe, to his credit, actually did find one kill at range there with the Maddox from top window, but you're so far away, you can't aid your teammates. As soon as he's out of the fight, at that point, it's a free cap.
Well,